Yo, I know I'm late. I know I'm late. 5 minutes late, and y'all be kicking my box down. You late. You late. But y'all gotta watch the Tonys or something. What up, y'all? What up? Hold on, let me get my comfortable and shit. You feel me? Like, that's what took me long. I had to set up. Give me 2 seconds. Let everybody come in. You know what I'm saying? Hit everybody. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. I don't know if I like this chair. I want to be comfortable for this one. Let me see if I can do this. Like that. Because is that enough light? Now I don't went dark, right? I don't went dark. I don't like that. Can y'all hear me? Thumbs up. What city? I can't read nothing, so I ain't going to ask y'all what city y'all in. But what up? What up? So I'm going to have to turn that over here, right? Because y'all can't see. Gangster, what up? There's Industry Labs in the building. There's Industry Labs in the building. Let me see how I can fix this. Okay. Okay, you like that view? That's a dope-ass view, right? It's dope, right? Yeah, it's nice out here tonight on you know. Come out here and have a drink. You know. Let me see what else I got. I got one more thing. One more thing. Can't forget this. My notes. Make sure you got them notes. Because I really be forgetting what people ask me. It seems like once I get to some dumb shit, that shit make me forget about the stuff that I was asking. How many people in this mother? Don't start scrunching. Alright, so what up everybody in the building? This is better, but I ain't comfortable, right? Because I like to be up on engaged up on y'all. So y'all can see in my face how serious I am about things, right? And look what I got. Look what I got. You know, I figure I have a little bit of that. So, if y'all want one, y'all go ahead and y'all can take one and listen to this shit. And listen to this shit. I don't know where I want to start at, but let's start out with everybody. Thank you for OG certified that y'all showing love over there. I mean, I have to say that, you know. I appreciate y'all going over there, showing love. Y'all see what that's about. That's about to be dope. Good to have you in here, family. What up? All right. So, I'm going to touch on, because everybody, I got mad DMs in my box. Everybody talking about, yo, you call Emory a snitch. And y'all didn't get it then. You know, understand? I was trying to explain to y'all, like, you know, certain plea deals and shit like that, and what's the difference. And sometimes you find you kind of like, there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a hot phone. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by a hot phone, meaning if your phone is tapped, and I call 4 of you people on here, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if, you know what I'm saying, that's, you didn't mean to snitch, but let me tell you, let me see, you made a mistake somewhere down the line, and your phone got hot, and then now you involved other people. So you made a mistake. You get what I'm saying? Now, Whether they pick them other people up or not, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? So when I take a plea and say, hey, yo, I'm a plea to only to the crime that I've done, and I'm not implicating nobody else, and they fine with that. Nobody fine with that because the government already got everybody on the phone already. You get what I'm saying? So it's sort of like you ain't snitch, but your shit is hot. You made a mistake and you got other niggas jammed. You know what I'm saying? So keeping it 100, once you found that out, it's about how real you was about, did you notify niggas, yo, listen, you know what I'm saying? I got, this is what's going on. I had a hot phone. I know I talked to you, and this and that, they on me. You know what I'm saying? So on some real shit. You feel me? Nah. And 90% of them don't do it. You feel what I'm saying? They take their plea offer, this, that, and it's gone and shit. They'll never tell you that, yo, I know I talked to you on that phone. But the person will know, damn, I dealt with him before and shit. I dealt with him. You gotta know you dealt with him before. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't say Emory went to them and told and snitched. I'm just saying, though, you have a hot phone. You know what I mean? You putting people in jeopardy. And that's just plain and simple. And then you don't come and say, yo, you know what I'm saying? Listen, my phone, you know what I'm saying? Watch out, be careful, on some real shit. And keeping it 100 right now, on some real shit. This is some real nigga shit, right? Damn. I can't say no names, yo. A lot of niggas I can't say names. They official niggas, right? And they just ain't into the social media shit. So, case in point, I'm gonna give you a story about this, right? How the nigga will tell you what it is. My cousin from out East New York, whatever, bro. I'm gonna say no names. Ballin' ass nigga, yo. Ballin' ass nigga, on some next level shit. Me and him was, he had his hustle thing going, and I had some hustle thing going, but, he was on the next level shit, right? Fly, family. And he had a connect way overseas, getting money. Never had to fucking leave. Yo, I was kind of jealous. This nigga never had to leave New York. This shit was just strictly, you know what I'm saying, torch and pitch. This shit was, he had it set up and shit. And he was always saying, yo, damn, so I'm ready to get out of New York. And I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you move down to Maryland next to me? I'm being selfish. Like, damn, my cousin, I got family next to me. This nigga moved next to me and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Because I had a spot in Maryland at that time, too. And I had a couple of spots. But I had a spot in Maryland, too. So I wanted him to move down there. So, a couple of months later and shit, that nigga like, yo, you know what? I'm going to make that move. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, cool, shit. He moved in. He just made a move. He come down there. I'm like, yo, this shit is dope. He moved in a fly-ass part of Maryland. And I tell him, yo, okay, cool, you here, right? I said, don't fuck with none of these Baltimore niggas. Don't fuck with none of these Maryland niggas. Don't fuck with them. You understand what I'm saying? Not on a level, if you don't know these niggas, don't fuck with them. I'm not saying don't fuck with Baltimore niggas, because I got family, friends, Baltimore, know they second home, but I know these niggas, you feel me? So, at the end of the day, I say, don't fuck with these niggas, though. And he like, nah, I ain't worried about that. He never had to fuck with nobody, so he had a whole connect overseas. So one day, you know what I'm saying, we used to ball together and shit, you know what I mean? We ball, you know what I'm saying? I'll come over his end, and I found a place we could ball at, that's a gym. And he'll come over to my spot. So one day I come over to his spot. No, this is true story, yo. I can't make nothing. I don't make up nothing anyway. I get over to the nigga crib. And as soon as I walk in the door, I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm all hyped and shit. I walk in the door, and this nigga like, shh. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? He like, shh. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, I'm bugging off of him like, yo, this nigga like, yo, come here. come all the way in the bathroom and shit. Come in the bathroom. Then he had a little radio in there. He turned the radio up. This is true fucking story. He turned the radio up. He said, yo, them niggas on me. I'm like, what? He said, no lie, them niggas are on me. I'm like, yo, this true. Like, this nigga tripping. Like, this fool is tripping and shit, right? I'm like, yo, bro, what are you talking about? He said, yo, I'm trying to tell you, yo, I just came back from the store, whatever. And he said, for the last 2 days, he been, see, this car been following him and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? What you mean? He was like, yo, come on, I'm gonna show you. So we go outside and we get in the car. And this motherfucker turned the key. He said, now watch this BMW back there and shit. Like, and we get in the car and we drive. We hit the first left. I'm looking in the mirror, that shit take a left. He hit another light, he took a this, he took a left. Everywhere we went, that car went. Yo, the only thing I could think about is how the fuck I'm gonna get out this car and get to my shit and get the fuck away immediately. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't know what the fuck. I'm like, yo, I don't want nothing but to get back to my car and be like, oh shit, you know what I mean? They already got my tag, whatever and shit, you know what I mean? I'm already in. But I say this story, you know what I'm saying, some real shit. Case in point, like, he never had to tell me. You know what I'm saying? He never had to tell me when I came in the door. He could have just been like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? Cancel that. I'ma holler at you, you know what I'm saying? I got some other shit going on. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? For him to tell me, yo, look, you know what I mean, that I'm hot right now, don't fuck with me, whatever, because this is what's going on. And that's some real shit. And that's when I tell you this story, like, Emory never said that. Emory never came and said, yo, bro, they got such and such. Any of the niggas I know that got locked up, he never told them that, yo, they had your name and I talked about you, I know this. Niggas don't do that. On some real shit. So I say that, there's so many different ways, and I tell you and I explain these stories in so different, many perspectives, so it'll teach you not to fuck with this game, man. You know what I'm saying? If you think you see all these pictures and how tight we was and all of this shit, bro, it all stemmed from, jealousy, envy, and, money brought a lot of different jealousy out of a lot of niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's all part of that game. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you these stories for you to learn something. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? To question what you're doing. Like, if you really give a fuck. But I ain't call a nigga a snitch. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If you was in the mob and, you know what I'm saying, and you talked to 5 different, you already know what's going to happen. Because because you made a mistake somewhere, you got other people in trouble. You feel me? You know, so that's the part of the shit that, I want y'all to understand. So you can have your own opinion about how shit goes, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, they holding on to all of that shit. They holding on to all of the conversations, the people that they didn't pick up, you know what I'm saying, the people that they did pick up 2 years later wondering like, damn, how they catch on to me? Because you was a spinoff from the last conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? So you was a spinoff from the last conspiracy. So I just wanted to get that straight with y'all, right? And I hope y'all can understand that. And the next thing was about the phone call. Like, somebody, they asked me about the phone call. Like, somebody asked me, like, yo, you mentioned in this phone call that you called his mother. Like, and, you know what I'm saying, did you miss the Marcy Maid? Did you know that, our mothers was best friends? So it was nothing to get the phone number and try to get a direct contact to him. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like, you didn't see Marcy Maid. Like I said, our mothers was best friends. So it was nothing for me to get the phone number. But the fact of the matter, I was sitting in there for a couple of weeks and them niggas are not, he not responding to none of my messages and phone calls. So You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go straight to the source. That's just what it is. And that's just what it is, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of people get in my box talking about, is he jealous? Do I think he jealous, man? You know what I mean? I let you call it, bro. I let you call it. I let you look at Marcy Maid. I let you see how these niggas carry it and shit. And that's what it says. It's like, it felt like niggas jealous because I didn't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting no flowers for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't getting no flowers for that shit. Saying, yo, my man did his thing. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like that's some jealousy shit. Because I would have never, shoe on the other foot, my nigga. I always want to see my people win. And everybody that know that when I do time and when I've been locked up, how I got down, man, that shit was all love. You know what I'm saying? You know that shit. And this is what I want to talk about too. And this is going to be a couple of people was like, yo, so how was I moving around in Carolinas and shit? And they was in some of the spots that I was talking about. That's why I said, you got to be from Carolina to know the shit I be talking about. When I said, yo, I literally was living in Chapel Hill. Nigga. Like, you got to picture yourself, bro. This is like, I'm not making this shit up. I'm down there. I have a $500,000 cash, man. I ain't stressing nothing, man. I'm in them streets still. You know what I'm saying? Interacting. And when I say interacting, like I said, I'm in Chapel Hill. I got a crib across the street, 15501. You know what I'm saying? Right across from the Omni Hotel, if you know about Chapel Hill. I'm in Durham. I was in Durham constantly. And this is when Durham was on its... The crime was, like, it was infested. Like, Durham was off the chain. And I'm talking about, strip clubs. One of the best strip clubs I ever been to, named Brothers, yo. Like, I was there. I was on deck at these scenes and shit, right? Far as... Just because Chapel Hill, it was so, that shit was off the chain so hard, right? I'm just trying to give them a perspective on it. Get y'all in that element, like the little young, I'm rich. Like, to me, I'm rich. I got the coupe, brand new Lex coupe, living in Chapel Hill on some, like, baller shit. I remember the Blue Cross Blue Shield building. The Blue Cross, the insurance spot, they had a Blue Cross Blue Shield headquarters. And I'm going to tell you, I never really talk about girls and shit and all that's on my lives and shit. Even in my stories, I don't have a lot of stories. But, based on my character and my, and who I am and my swag and my shit, for real, I've always had bad bitches. Excuse my language, queens, but at the end of the day, I've always had bad bitches, right? And I mention this because that building, that Blue Cross Blue Shield building, and if any guys on here from down there know what I'm talking about, it was like, I don't know who was doing the hiring, but when I went up there to pick up my shorty, I had a bad... I'm saying though, but the whole building was a whole building full of them. Every hustler would be up there at lunchtime picking chicks up. Like, Durham was the shit. Chapel Hill, yeah, I had a great time, man. I lived a great... I lived like like literally like a rap star there and shit, for real. Like, I lived that shit, like... From there, you go into Central, 1040 break. I was going through Central 1040 with that Lexus, and I tell you, for real, like, I always had some of the baddest. I had some of the baddest chicks. Like, it's just been that from you know, way back, way back. That would nothing do because when you look at my story, I've always had money, and with that money, I've always had bad bitches. So I don't really have to talk about them that much. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I've had some bad bitches, and I've spent a lot of money on them. Right? You that comes with the game. When I tell you I've spent some money on some women, and you know, it's some women with doctrines and property and all types of shit that I spent some money on some chicks, yo, and I have some bad chicks. You know, that come with the game, man. And that was everywhere I went, yo. That's just some hustler shit. Like, you know, that's some trophy shit for real. Like, you know, I'm gonna always have the baddest bitches. It's not, and that shit ain't gonna never, you know, I'm Queens now. You know, I changed my language to Queens, but I'm only gonna deal with some of the best of the best. That's just what I demand. You know what I'm saying? Period. Whether I got bread or not. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's different now because of who you are, man. And you know, for a chick for these type of women nowadays to fuck with you because of who you are, man. And my character is not it's not a lot of us out here, yo. It's not a lot of us out here, you know. So shout out to the queens that be showing me mad love. I appreciate that, and because y'all spread a lot of my story. Y'all play a big, huge part of my story. I know I don't talk about y'all much, but I got to start bringing up some shit, you know what I mean, to, you know, show y'all, give y'all flowers, because a lot of shit wouldn't have never happened without y'all. So I give y'all your flowers. But meanwhile, back to North Carolina Central 1040, and then you had this restaurant, the late night Pan. Like, yo, I've been around, man. Like, my life, man. When you see this, man, this is what we putting on film, man. When you see this shit, man, you can't write this shit. You can't believe it's true. That's why, and this is beyond Jay and them, man. This is after Jay and them, bro. It's a whole another situation after them, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a good look. But for those who tell me about North Carolina, there's nothing you can say, man. There's nothing you can tell me about. You can't tell me about Little Washington, because I've been there. You know, you can't tell me about Greenville, North Carolina, ECU. You can't tell me about that town, especially that town. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me about how much money, how many niggas. When I talk about these towns, when I talk about Greenville, Kinston, and I'm talking about Wilson, I'm talking about Rocky Mount, I'm talking about I've made niggas money there. I'll never say, I can't keep saying, yo, I don't made money there, but I made niggas rich there. These towns I talked about, it was about money. It was strictly about money. It was strictly about money. You know what I'm saying? So when I speak about, yeah, I've been in these towns, oh yeah, it was about some money. It's somebody there I made rich. There's somebody there that asked to co-sign me and say, oh yeah, I was fucking with that nigga. You get what I'm saying? You dig? Tarboro, you understand what I'm saying? Charlotte, you know what I'm saying? That shit, you know. And Raleigh has been my home, man. You know, I had a crib from Chapel Hill. I had a crib in Cary, North Carolina. And you know what I'm saying? So I've been there. I put in a lot of work in Carolina. What? Summer League, Central. Like some say, most of them people that I met down there now to this day and that know me from back then, they pretty much say, yo, I got there right after Biggie and them. Biggie and them had just left about no more than about 2 years before I got down there. And you know what I'm saying? And I paid my dues. I paid my dues by surviving in those little towns. Believe it or not. I paid my dues by surviving in those little towns, because Little Washington, Kinston, it's a lot of them towns that shit ain't no spot where you can fucking just walk in and you think you're going to, you know, take over something, or nah, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. That's why I know so many of the right people. You know what I'm saying? So while Jay and them was popping that off then, this was 9-6, 9-7, 9-8. When at that time Jay and them was still they was killing the game too. You know, on the music they was really into it then. But that shit wasn't affecting nothing where I was at. Ain't nothing happened till the case came up. But I tell you, this North Carolina, that's my home. That's like another home for me. I got a lot of love down there. You already know. So I don't know who that was. It's either if you 25 and shit, you really wouldn't know. You have to ask your uncle. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to ask your uncle. Period. And that's it, man. I wanted to address that. What else? What is I wanted to talk about? I talked about that the summer league down there was crazy, yo. It was crazy. That Central Gym was crazy, man. St. Aug's, man, they had some nice chicks in there too, bro. St. Aug's, Shore, man. I mean, it's a popping spot, man. It's a popping spot. So shout out to my family, my folks up in Greenville, and actually, like it's a few. It's a few people that's attached to Marcy Maid that's in North Carolina. Like, and when I say attached, that's family. Especially to my new family, like my extended new family in Henderson. And I ain't even speak about Henderson. And if you've been down there and know about Henderson, you already know, man. I paid my dues to this shit, man. And I just be trying to drop jewels on y'all, let them know, man. It's nothing out there, yo. I mean, that era, what I talk about is over. You know what I'm saying? That era that I talk about is really over. You know what I'm saying? To tell you the stories and shit, that's cool and all. For y'all to see everything that was going on, that's cool and all. But I don't glorify a lot of shit that I've done. You know, I wouldn't take it back or nothing like that because I would not be where I'm at now and what I know now. You feel me? So I don't want y'all to glorify none of these stories and shit. It's something you can learn from this shit. Trust and believe, man, I lost a lot of people that I truly love to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to glorify it. Just pay attention to the story. I meant to match the music. I can't wait till Thursday's throwback, man. I'm gonna match the music to this time so you'll understand that shit was still going on between us. You feel me? It was all a week ago. You know what I'm saying? That when this case was going on, that's the music that was coming out. Jay was putting out. You know, it was all good a week ago and shit like that. So I want y'all to keep up with the story and the music. So look out for Thursday when we talk about what happened next and what comes next, whatever. I'm not gonna hold y'all for the rest of the night, whatever. What else? Shout out Industry Labs. Shout out City of Gods, man. The clothing is sick. I got my new stuff, my up-to-date stuff. Shout out to City of Gods in Baltimore. Shout out to my Baltimore family. Shout out Industry Labs. Shout out to, we all make. Shout out to North Carolina family. Like I said, my Marcy Maid. Like, you guys are truly a part of this too. Shout out to everybody that fuck with Marcy Maid and OG Certified. Yo, look out for OG Certified, man. We about to go ham over there. I got some issues that I'm going to talk about over there. Please, go over there, man. We got some serious conversations going over there. Yes, they did a great job on shirts. Yeah. Shout out Pretty Gangster. That's what's up. And that's it, man. I ain't going to hold y'all. But that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Just pay attention to the story, and then you can learn something from this. And that's what's up. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm out. Damn, did I have a drink with y'all? Anybody? Can I read my comments now? Let me see what that said, man. Now I'm gonna read some comments. They say Hov left the whole Rockefellers broke. He left the whole Rockefeller broke. He left the whole Rockefeller broke. I don't know, man. Sometimes, I look at it like this, bro. Was them people responsible for their career? Or was Jay was? You get what I'm saying? I think they went broke because they trusted him. And they didn't keep their eye on the business part of what they had going on. And this unfortunately ended up like that. I guess that's what you mean by left everybody broke. Some people be like, yo, you know, they was up. Why didn't they make a lane for themselves and shit? You know what I mean? But that's just where the trust issues lie. You know, get what I'm saying? Like, you trusted him to be, you know, the friend that he's not gonna do that to me. I've been around, and you know, he's not gonna do that to me. And you don't know that until it's time. You know, until it's time for a person to show their true colors on how they feel, I guess. But they you know, I've had people tell me like, they should have been responsible for that, for their own. They've been around long enough. You wasn't making no money. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? So that would be a question to ask them. You know, why? What happened? So, feel me? So I hope that answers your question. Is Hov a real one? Oh man, is Hov a real one? I don't know. It depends on what you consider, man. I mean, he one of the realest, one of the best that done it. I mean, what could we take from that? He one of the best that done it in the music industry. You know, I don't know. Do you define someone being a real one? By what? What do you measure someone by being a real one? You know what I'm saying? How do you measure, is he a real one? You know, because of what they do for you, or the things they do for people, or whatever. I mean, how you justify someone to be a real one? I think if you consider yourself to be a real one, you would want whoever you deal with to feel the same way. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, some people make a bad decision. You think they're not a real one no more because they made a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? That goes to fall back on all the shit I've done for a lot of them niggas. You know, the one shit that I probably didn't do for them that they really turned all the way left on me. You get what I'm saying? Like, which is true. Like that's pretty much the story of my life. Like, you know, all the sacrifices that I made. You get what I'm saying? All the sacrifices from getting hit, doing this, and for this one and that one, all the way. Not just Jay, all the rest of them. All the sacrifices I made for them. You know what I'm saying? At some time. That's how I measure up to, like, well, damn, whatever I did to you, you know what I'm saying? None of that shit counts. None of that shit counts. Like, a motherfucker could really twist their nose up the moment you done something. And it doesn't matter what you done for them. You know what I'm saying? So, that real one shit, man, you just... You know, this is just your determination on what you consider to be a real one. A real one is keeping God first, taking care of his family, and, you know, getting this money, making great financial investments and getting this money and shit like that. That's what real one should. If they ain't following that, I don't know. You was a stand-up dude. My mom used to cook at Chat and Choose. That's what's up. You see what I'm saying? And that's the love that I get right there, man. Chat and Choose, yes. And you know places, yes. I know that. And shout out to your mom. Like I said, if you're 25 and up, man, you're going to most likely know through your parents or somebody. And it ain't going to be nobody that's going to sit there and tell you that I was some type of fuck nigga or something. It says this. Why would you say that? I don't know what you meant by that, Black. I was told not to read this, but I finished what I was doing, talking about that. So I just want to go through this because y'all I don't see it later. And, is that young lady really Jay-Z's daughter? I mean, that's like out there. There's nothing that I can say to help you be like clarified and co-sign it. Like that information is out there already. Them dudes in North Carolina was getting to the money bag for sure. Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. Like the story I talk about from Cambridge, Easton, 85%, all that. Wait till we get into North Carolina, man. North Carolina was good to me. Raleigh, Durham area was good to me. Shout out to the Snitch killers in Durham, man. I knew them dudes since they was teenagers. All of them. You know, I mean, the hospitality in North Carolina has been righteous. Man. I ain't gonna front, man. It's been righteous at all, even down to Charlotte. You know, and I look at it now like everybody that, you know, I don't know if they know everybody that's somebody in those areas, Charlotte and Raleigh, everybody that's somebody at this point, and I'm talking about like representing. I pretty much knew when they were starting out. I knew them already. Shout out Q, boy. I see you on here, man. Shout out Henderson, man. What me and Q get ready to do is dope, man. I'm leaving that for OG Certified. They say Hove left. Okay, let me see. Shout out Pretty Gangster for keeping up. He did state property wrong. Yo, listen, yo. Yeah, well, I said, hey, happy Sunday. Hey, okay. Happy Sunday. I've been trying to get in contact with you, though. The whole keep his word and put it like that. Nah, I ain't keep his word, man, at all. If you asking me what you want to ask me, I'm not going to keep doing that because somebody will get mad. I really don't know what Emory does for Rock Nation. No shade, but I have no clue at all what he does. Emory is fucking with Puma, man. He's doing good things. He's doing some big shit for Puma. You know, he has, you know, he's a fashion guru. And I ain't gonna take that from him. From the time I met Emory, he's always been a sneakerhead, a clothing head, you know. So yeah, he's into that fashion. He's a fashion guru. But all right, T. I'm gonna go. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Robin, what up? No doubles tonight. Wear your glasses. All right. That means stop. Shout out to everybody that showed me love and support. But I tell you what, I'm gonna start doing it on next one so I can read the words and we make that shit happen. See when those are Cambridge in there that already stood out. You know what I'm saying? All right, shout out to my peoples on the Eastern Shore, man. I appreciate y'all. Man, I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight, man. Don't forget OG Certified. Please don't forget OG Certified. How about Smoke City? Nah, I'm dead up. I really need to talk to you, product review. I really need to holler at you. It's like emergency. I got some great news and just want to share that with you. Good night. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It is what it is. Good night.